Hey everyone, welcome back to Getting to the Bottom Line. This is our cash flow confession segment where business owners like you share real money moments that have shaped their business. The wins, the mistakes, and the lessons learned. These stories are short, honest, and practical because running a business is hard enough without guessing about the money side. I'm your host, Stephanie Smith, owner of New Light Financial Solutions, where we help business owners get clarity around their finances, whether that's bookkeeping, advisory, or just having someone in your corner to answer questions. And today is a special episode because I don't have a guest on the show with me. I am going to be talking about a financial challenge that I have gone through, or we have gone through running our business in the past few years. So if you don't know more about me, I did just introduce myself, but my name is Stephanie Smith. My husband, Kris, and I run our business together. We started it about 6 years ago. My husband had quit his job to be a stay-at-home dad, and I was working a full-time corporate job, and he needed to go back to work, and we started our business for the flexibility for him to be able to stay at home, which has been really great. So we help small to medium-sized businesses with their finances, and what that looks like is bookkeeping or bookkeeping support. For those of you wanting to get your books in order, that's what we do. We can do cleanup jobs and everything like that. And then when you're ready to grow beyond that, we do things like advisory services, where we can give you insights about what's going on in your business just from your numbers and help you learn and better understand what your numbers mean, as well as full advisory services where we partner with you. We figure out what your goals are, and then we find those places in your business where you can pull the right levers to make more cash in your business. And we become that accountability partner to help you reach the goals that you set. So it's been really rewarding along the way. And we love doing what we do. So that all said, while you're here, the financial challenge. So a financial challenge that we've worked through and something that we learned from it, that's usually where I begin. So if you've followed me at all, you will know that last year in May, I got laid off from my corporate job. I've been in the corporate space for many, many years. And it was a bit of a surprise and not a surprise at the same time, but I had always been the one working. As I mentioned before, Kris was a stay-at-home dad. So it was a big blow to our financial situation when I didn't have that income coming in. So it was always our goal for me to become part of the business and work on the business. And we really felt like this is where we were led to go. It's just, I don't think I was quite ready for it at the time, but it happened and it happened. So my whole team got laid off and here I was at home and ready to work on the business. And it was definitely, from a personal challenge perspective, going from employee to business owner is a really big change. And so there was that challenge as well, but there was definitely the financial challenge of now that I'm not having that income from my full-time job, I need to make up for it with the business. So that was the challenge that we had. And what I learned from that is really that unexpected situations come up and you won't always be prepared for them, but there's always something that you can do to help get through it. And I think we need to stay positive. And for me, I really leaned on my faith and in that whole situation. But we have gotten through that on the other side. Our business is growing. It's been really great. But that was definitely a challenge that we worked through for the past year. And so I usually like to ask what's helped the most in navigating this. And I'll say we did a couple of things when this first happened. So the first thing that we did is we cut expenses that we know we didn't need. So looking over everything that we were paying for in the business, we had software that we didn't need. We had other things we were paying for we didn't need. And at that time, we didn't have the money, like we needed money to pay the bills. So we didn't have any extra money to spend on things for the business. So we had to go through that exercise and activity of looking through everything we're spending our money on and asking that question. Is this something we absolutely have to have? Is it doing work for us in the business? Is it helping us bring in revenue? And if it's not, then we need to cut it off for now, or just get rid of it altogether. So that was the first thing that we did. And that helped bring in more money in a sense that we weren't spending as much money. So after that, we really focused on what was already working in the business. So we knew we needed to bring in more money. We needed to increase our revenue. And what we went through was a process of what has worked in the past. So how have we been getting our clients previously? What has been the most successful? And we focused there. So I don't know, it's odd, but most of our clients actually come from YouTube. I have a YouTube channel with tutorials on how to use Zoho Books. So if you watched our YouTube channel at all, there was a huge gap where I had stopped making YouTube videos. And then after I got laid off, I started picking those back up again. So I have been doing that consistently now, and it's been really helpful. So that I know that works. People see those videos. I love making videos that are helping people to do their bookkeeping better. And that's how people are finding out about us. So that was one thing that we did. Another thing that really helped was figuring out ways to promote ourselves maybe a little differently. And we almost backtracked a little bit because I feel like when you first start a business, you got to start cheap. And that's where we were at because we didn't have a lot of money. So I started going to networking events and started reaching out to people online and those kind of things you do when you first get started. Part of this was easy because I had a lot more time on my hands. I had the ability to go and attend these networking events and meet people that I just didn't have that time before. So it was good because I needed to get out there and talk about the business and get people to know who we are. We had also just moved, so it was also helpful to meet people in our local area and meet the business owners around us. So we were able to do that as well. And I will admit, if I'm being really honest, one thing that really helped maybe the most was just leaning in on my faith. I believe God put us in that position. God wanted us to have this business and run it. And I did a lot of praying. It was a very stressful time, especially when you are the sole provider. Essentially, our business was very small at the time. And it's hard to go from being that sole provider to not being that sole provider. So leaning in on my faith and just trying to stay encouraged. I've seen God take us through every step of our business and provide everything along the way. So instead of trying to fall into that frantic, I don't know what to do and panic, I really leaned on my faith. So that was really helpful for me. My next question I would normally ask is, what's one piece of advice you'd give to another entrepreneur facing something similar? So if you ever get to the point where you are having that dip in your business or something's come up and something's unexpected, my biggest piece of advice would be to start doing by what we did. Look at where you're spending and see what you don't really need. I feel like we should be doing the same thing in our personal lives when stuff like this happens as well, right? If you can't afford it, don't buy it, don't pay for it. I feel like we've gotten to a point in society where we want things fast and quick and easy. And we haven't done a really good job drawing the line between needs and wants. So if you're strapped for cash in a situation, you really need to evaluate, is this something I really need? Is it serving a purpose? And if it isn't serving a purpose for you personally or for your business, for business growth, then stop paying for it. And you know what? When you get more money and you are growing, you can always bring those things back. But for the time, you should get rid of it. And that will help you save the money that you do have coming in. So I would say that's probably my biggest piece of advice. And going through that process and cutting those expenses, it's going to make you better in the long run anyway, because when you do start bringing in all that extra money, if you have already cut your expenses, then you will automatically be making more money essentially because you're not spending as much and not having that same money come out of your pocket. So it's a good process to go through regardless of whether you're in this situation, but definitely when you hit that kind of low point, start asking yourself, what should I not be spending my money on? So I usually love to wrap up by asking my guests what is one exciting thing that they're working on right now in their business. So something exciting that we've been working on this season is we just recently launched a membership. So we have a lot of people find us on YouTube, like I mentioned, who are doing their own books. And a lot of people want to stay doing their own books. Either they're too small to hire a bookkeeper, or a lot of, people that we've come across just want to be in the details. So we launched a membership where we can help business owners by giving them the support that they need, because a lot of the times you'll come across situations where you just don't know what to do, or you need that one-on-one help. So this gives them that support. We have office hours and you can ask questions, and it's been really rewarding. It's small right now, but I know it'll grow in the future, but just giving people the additional opportunity to get the support that they need to make sure that they understand what's going on in their books and things are done correctly. So that's always fun. We really enjoyed putting that together this year. So the last question I would ask is, where can listeners connect with you? So if you're looking to learn more about us, you can find us online at newlightfs.com. If you want to learn more about our membership, you can find it there as well. And then you can certainly come and connect with me on LinkedIn. It's a little harder to find me because I am Stephanie Smith on LinkedIn, but I'm out there. The easiest way to find us is through our website. But that's all the time that we have for today. That was my story I wanted to share with all of y'all. I want to say thanks for listening to Cash Flow Confessions on Getting to the Bottom Line. I hope today's story gave you something you can take back to your own business. If you want more tips in plain English financial help, sign up for our newsletter, The Financial Navigator. We send it out every other week with practical takeaways you can actually use. You can sign up at newlightfs.com/newsletter. And if you're looking for more hands-on support with your bookkeeping or finances, check out what we offer at newlightfs.com. We work with business owners at every stage. So wherever you are, there's probably something that fits. If this episode helped you, please share it with another business owner who could use a little clarity and encouragement. Until next time, thanks for listening, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye, everyone.